Hello YouTube and World of Tank fans. Today I'm going to talk to you about tank destroyers. First of all, I'll talk about the different lines, people's opinions, what's what, how to use them, and what to do with them. Before we start, it's important to know your crew. Buying them at 50% isn't that good. They aren't really trained that well, the reload time will be longer, same with repairs, and it will take longer to be camouflaged. For beginners, you don't need your crew at 100 or 75% straight away, seeing you're using a tier 1 to 2 tank destroyers. If you get to the point where you're buying a Hetzer or Jagdpanzer IV, I'd recommend buying a tank with a crew of 75% skill level. For the Ferdinand or Jagdtiger, I would spend the gold for a crew of a 100% skill level. That way the reload time is faster, the time to be camouflaged will be shorter, and most important, repair time will be quicker. So don't forget, skill level is very important for tank destroyers. Everyone needs to know this. The best way to deflect shots when using a tank destroyer or tank is to turn a little bit, just so you're not facing the enemy tank head on. By turning to the side a little bit, this will increase your chances of deflecting shots from enemy tanks. It sort of gives your tank's armor a better slope. First of all, we must remember when using a tank destroyer that stealth is your strongest weapon. If you are seen, you can be an easy target for artillery and medium tanks. Why medium tanks? Well, think about it. If they track you, drive around you and slam into your side, preventing your escape, they can start firing into your side and kill you. You can't move your gun to fire at them because you're turretless. Okay, you have 3 different tank destroyer lines to choose from: American, German, and Russian. In my opinion, tank destroyers, it all comes down to personal preference. With Russian tank destroyers, I find the models from the Su-76 to the Su-85B very painful to get experience for better Russian tank destroyers. The Su-85 to the Su-152, it's mostly a big gun and not much armor. The ISU-152 and the Object 704 are killers. The Object has a really good sloped armor and is very mobile. It also has a very good gun on it, and I've seen it in action before and I hate to come across it. The Su-85 is really good as well. I've used it before due to its 107mm gun. Very deadly for its tier, in other words. German tank destroyers. For all the newcomers out there, the Panzerjäger is fun. I find the Marder II the funnest. Great fun for its tier. I found the Hetzer fun as well. The Stug, I find it okay depending on the map. It's good for sniping with its 75mm L70 gun. I've heard people say that the Jagdpanzer IV has its ups and downs. The Jagdpanther is a killer. I had to come across it even with my Tiger. Ferdinand is a great tank destroyer, very thick frontal armor and very deadly gun. And we have the Jagdtiger. From my experience, the Jagdtiger is very hard to kill. Its gun is very deadly, but it's slow and huge. So German tank destroyers from tier 1 to tier 4 are very fun to use. I found the Stug fun on good sniping maps, same with the Jagdpanzer IV. The Jagdpanther, Ferdinand and Jagdtiger are a blast. American tank destroyers. Now I found this tank destroyer range fun and unusual. The T-18 wasn't too much fun, but the T-82, which was the second tank destroyer, wasn't too bad. Same with the T-40. The Wolverine was a great tank destroyer, but I found it inaccurate in most cases. The M36 Slugger and T-25 AT were very good tank destroyers, deadly guns. The T-28 and T-95, I found the T-28 hard to penetrate, but easy to kill if I flanked it. People have told me they enjoy it, and from what I've seen they get a lot of kills with them. The T-95, however, is like the Object and Jagdtiger mixed together. Slow, huge, but heavily armoured, and the armour is sloped, and as well as very thick. It also has a very deadly gun. I always hated coming across this tank destroyer mainly because it's so hard to kill. Now, down to business. With tank destroyers, you don't use them like tanks, even if they are the M36 Slugger or M10. Just because they have a turret doesn't mean you use them like medium or heavy tanks. Tank destroyers are ambush predators. There are many ways you can use them, like base defense. Your team moves up and attacks the enemy team. There might be a medium that flanks them and gets through unharmed. He starts to cap your flag, however you are there, you can see him, however he cannot see you. Unless you drive towards him and fire at him, that is. So you line him up, then bang, you've got him. The offensive, You can also move up with your team, but don't act like a frontline heavy. Just stay behind them when your team is heavily engaged with the enemy team. That's when you position yourself and snipe the enemy team. That way they don't see you, but you see them. I love the sniping method. I've gotten so many kills with it before. Also, there are many things that you can buy for your tank destroyer to help camouflage the tank. You can buy a camo net around 100,000 credits. I've also have the binoculars mounted on my tank destroyers as well. These things don't work unless you stay in one spot for 10 seconds, but that's not a problem saying you are ambushing or sniping. Also, another tip is to stay near cover, like rocks or bushes. Stay hidden from arty and other tanks. So remember, stay near cover and stay hidden. Base defense is useful for the team if something goes wrong. Helping your team by sniping is a very effective way of earning credits and experience as well as achieving victory. Don't go off and drive on your own and fight the enemy team, otherwise you have a 70 to 80% chance of dying before you even get 2 kills. So I hope this tutorial on tank destroyers was useful and enjoyable for you. Thanks for watching.